Patreon member shout out. Where you go, you know I'll be there. Amongst the lies, you know I'll be there. I'll go anywhere, so I'll see you there. I don't care if you don't mind. I'll be there, not far behind. I will dare. Keep in mind. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VV Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. We say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are smashing that thanks button down below or joining Patreon. So, Omi doing very, very well on the day, up over 4%, outperforming the markets, which are all over 2% today. Tesla's over 2%, but yeah, Omi's kind of doubling all of them at about 4.5%, is up to 0.00175, I believe. Yeah, look at that green candle. Look at that giant buy order. Now, just to be fair, we are not up as much as Bitcoin today. Bitcoin is up 6.69%. Everyone comment nice down below for the 6.9. Bitcoin is doing very, very well. Finally broke that 23,000 barrier. God's entry, which was on my podcast a little while ago with Mr. Pags, who has been on Cavell Anderson's show, saying that he wouldn't be bullish until Bitcoin had gone over 23,000. We are over that now. Did we hit bottom? Did we hit bottom? Is this signaling of the end of the cycle? Are we not going into recession, even though technically we were in a recession? I'm not 100% sure. But what I do is that whatever the macro's doing, it's really not affecting what Vivi's doing. There's been about 3 million gems that have been bought over the last 5 days, not including today, the 19th. That was just over from the 14th to the 18th. Today might be another day where we burn a little bit more Omi, because yesterday and the day before that we had burned I think about 700 million Omi. We burned over $1 billion in the last 5 days, and this is the last day before we start the San Diego Comic-Con kickoff. That is happening tomorrow. We're going to have 5 posters, one on Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It ends on Sunday, and that's just the Comic-Con exclusives. We're probably going to have more Comic-Con exclusives. There probably are a bunch of things in there that they haven't told us yet. I really can't wait for them. Like I said, don't sleep on those posters. For those of you wondering, Brock McBlockchain had tweeted about fiches, and he had said, quote, "Someone asked, how are you making a game without the IP's permission? It's like I have a sandbox and you bring your toys you brought over to play, then took them home afterwards. The IP already got paid when they sold the NFTs. They're your toys." He's talking about bringing over the Marvel Mighties or the Tokidoki things, the things that are going to go inside the game, inside the Fiche game, or the aquarium, as is the Fiche's metaverse. And what they would do is they just go into the thing, and you could use them however you want. It needs interoperability for it to happen, but whether that happens this year or next year, I'm pretty sure it's not going to matter one way or the other. It'll go into the Fiche game, it'll be epic, and it's going to help burn a ton of Omi. Moving on. So more breakdown of David Hughes' interview with Veve Magic. If you haven't seen that, totally go see that as well. Veve Magic did a great job at interviewing him. But some of the other things that he mentioned were holograms, and David Hughes mentions holograms. He'd mentioned holograms before in a 2018 interview. After that, he mentions his favorite Disney collectibles, which is Steamboat Willie, and the common was up like 25% in a day. The uncommon was up 10%. And then he mentions that Disney acquired the rights to pre-Mickey Mouse, which is going to be a future Veve drop. Or we're speculating that it might be a future Veve drop. We're not sure. Still a lot to achieve in the Veve with collectibles, but at 23 minutes he says, beginning of the Disney relationship, first Marvel, took many years. Education, meetings, convincing, first approached Disney in 2017, had the license in 2018, announced the end of 2021, obviously when we had the golden moments. I guess a lot of people speculated back in like July of last year when we first announced Marvel officially. And then what happened is that Disney knew that they had something, flashback to Disney Accelerator Program, look at the companies they were already interacting with, forward thinking, and probably new ways of telling stories. Anyway, outside of that, we do have somebody by the name of David Granillo says, "Hey guys, I wanted to share with you a little Thor low mint collection recently put together over the past week." He has the common Thor, God of Thunder number 1, number 201, and he has the common and secret rare collectibles number 41. Some people might not like Thor just because of the way his eyes were. They might not like that specific comic, but you have people that don't care what the rest of the people like. You have people that are just like, hey, I want it because it's my favorite character. It's the first appearance on the blockchain. Again, even if a lot of people don't like it, some people will. Speaking of which, I just had a photo sent to me by Clever Jerk a little while ago stating that has all of the amazing Emperor First, the ultra rare Vaders, and one of them that was just acquired was, if you see over there where my finger is number 420. So that one was, I believe, a little bit. That was maybe like 1.5 times, or maybe even 2 times the floor. Special mint numbers, I view those the same as sub 100s. For an ultra rare, probably should be 4x. If you find something that's 1.5 or 2x the floor, it's a special mint number. Probably pretty good, and that's what a lot of clever work has done. Is getting a lot of those special mint numbers, and I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty good. Speaking of whales, we have somebody else. I'm not 100% sure who it was, but they started on June 6th with 40,500 gems, and then they ended on July 17th, so about a month and a half later, with 7,100 gems. And they hadn't put any more gems into it at that point, but you had somebody spend about 33,000 gems in a month and a half, and again, that's just one person. Again, not 100% sure who they were. Comment down below if you know who they were. Something reminded me, and it was just happened to come up in my Snapchat memories from X amount of years ago. This was in 2019. Yes, I had amazing hair. It was in Harry Potter world. Why I bring this up is because we do have the Universal license and we have the WB license. But not only that, if you look at the license of the most recent airdrop, which is Beta and Blue together, obviously Blue being the bigger one, that was the one that Chris Pratt had developed that relationship in the first Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, and then you have Beta. If you look at the license of it, it says Universal Games and Digital Platforms. I don't believe we've seen that particular license before. Universal has been on there, I think, for Back to the Future, and I think for 1 or 2 other things, but never Universal Games. And why I bring this up is because obviously Universal and WB both have the rights to Harry Potter, and Universal Games is coming out with a Harry Potter game the end of this year, around the holiday, I think around Christmas. So I kind of thought that was really important, because maybe at some point we get Harry Potter. I can't see how we won't. I just don't believe that we wouldn't. So again, I'm just putting that out there. Moving on, we have Watcher Guru reporting someone transferred $42 million of Bitcoin and paid a fee of $4.61. That's a transaction fee of 0.00001088%. No government bank or third party had to verify the transaction, nor could they have stopped it if they wanted to. The future is now. Something else that I've been... if everyone go watch Kelly the VV Fox or at Rootless Girl over on the Twitter, and you could tell, hey, there's some of these bumps in the downloadable stuff. Obviously, the blue is iOS and the green is Android. So a lot more people that are downloading it have iPhones. But you see over here, this is Star Wars weekend where we had a little bit of a pump in downloads, and then over here is when they did the AMC drops, where they did the Jurassic Park things. AMC had really promoted this, and this right here is the last couple of days right before San Diego Comic-Con. This is going to potentiate exponentially in the future. And a little bit of, again, this was at the beginning of the year. Obviously, it was huge. And then, like I said, a little bit of a Star Wars pump, a little bit of the AMC pump, and a little bit of a pre-pump for Comic-Con. But that's going to be so much larger, probably this weekend or after this weekend. I'm just saying. Also, a little bit more in the macro, Bitcoin Archive reports that Coinbase secures regulatory approval in Italy. Huzzah. Moving on. Also, Coinbase, Binance, and a few other major exchanges have also been meeting with UK regulators throughout Q1. Very excited for that. British auction house Christie's launches a venture fund, invests in Web3 companies, Layer Zero Labs. So, like I said, I thought that was all pretty good and exciting. VV Collectibles has reported that we are aware of an issue preventing some users from using the payout function on the web. They are working with the provider to resolve as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. I think a lot of that did that covered recently. I will probably make a video about this, about Time Magazine's new cover. The metaverse will change everything. Facebook is not taking $10 billion loss each year because they don't think that they won't get approved, or they won't get great funding in the future or a great return on investment from that. They clearly are going to. I mean, if you have companies like Microsoft paying, $69 billion, comment nice down below with 69, for Activision Blizzard, to build their metaverse, and Sony getting Bungie and, the creators of Halo for their metaverse paying multi-billion dollars. Yeah, this is, you can't tell me there's not going to be $1 trillion industry. Just saying. So Altcoin Daily had a video the other day about how Web3 and crypto will disrupt Hollywood by 2025. They do talk about Marvel and Disney NFTs, but they didn't mention Veve. Say Veve without mentioning Veve. Come on, Altcoin Daily. You know you want to. I know we're not yet at San Diego Comic-Con, but DesignerCon tickets just went on sale. I'm going to get mine today. That is over in November, and that is at the Anaheim Convention Center, and the dates are November 18th, which is a Friday. That is the VIP day, and then you have the 19th and the 20th. That is the rest of the days. Shout out to Perianne Boring, or Perianne DC, over on the Twitter for agreeing to come on the podcast. She's the founder and president of the Chamber of Digital Commerce. She's one of the front lines of the most crucial policy battles in Washington, one of the most important policy leaders in the blockchain and digital assets movement. Go follow her, and then go follow Digital Chamber of Commerce as well. Moving on. Yuga Labs reports, our security team has been tracking a persistent threat group that targets the NFT community. We believe that they may soon be launching a coordinated attack targeting multiple communities via comprised social media accounts. Please be vigilant and stay safe. So shout out to Yuga Labs for trying to warn everyone for this. So shout out to influencer SynthDaddy TM over on the Twitter for agreeing to be on the podcast as well. Definitely go give SynthDaddy a follow. It'll be on the podcast over on August 9th. And I do have the person that has a hand in making a bunch of my tattoos, Nastasia Bendler, being on the podcast on August 8th. Can't wait for that. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everybody, please check out at HeyDividon and at KingMavsForever over on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app, Kobe Collects and Omi Player One over on the YouTube, Wraithax.eth domain name, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, and Veve Vibes all on the YouTube, at Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3 all on the Twitter, and Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Everybody say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.